What it do, homie? So it looks like Ren has released the second part of the Vincent tale. We don't know if it's a trilogy or quad or whatnot. We just got some amazing storytelling going on here. But self-portrait. Let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up. Last time, kind of gave us a look into just a chaotic unraveling we put ourselves through. Work, play, work, play, work, play. So let's see what we're talking about this time. Does a pretty good job acting drunk. Don't sing my tale for me. Let me sing it.
Come on, let's have it, you miserable prick. I will do what I want, I will drink till I'm sick to my stomach. I'm sick of the same boring songs. I am sick of these pavements I find myself on. Great Britain, I hate you. I'll say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies.
Okay, straight off from the bat, right? The same old song, right? So going through the same things. I really love his use of words when he says, the pavement, right? So pretty much walking the direction that we take on life. Some of us, we hope that it's pavement, right? Because that implies that there's at least a little bit of foundation given our way of life. Some of us kind of walking through mud, kind of a silver lining of thinking right there. And then, of course, Great Britain. So it's almost like he's blaming it on the system for the choices that were made, or maybe the choices that he felt he had to make in order to, to be where he's at. And we got a little context now, just from those little bit of lyrics, self-portrait, right? So this is essentially kind of like a self-analysis, when you kind of do a diagnostics on yourself and your situation, and you either try to find a solution or you are trying to find out where to point blame.
You all say that with pride. It's my right to be violent when you fed me lies. I'm a rotter, a menace when I want to be, and I've worked for that right because nothing comes free. I have slaved all my life in the dull 9 to 5. I just rinse and repeat while I'm barely alive. Great Britain, I loathe you with murderous glee. I will do to this country what you've done to me. Destroy. I want to tear apart these buildings.
Hold on before we go into that. All right, now okay, this might just be a little bit of headcanon that's going on right now. I would do to you what you have done to me, right? Which he said destroy. But interestingly enough, when he took that cigarette from him and then he smoked it, and then he kind of just, like I said, this might just be a little headcanon. I might just be reaching more into anything. But for the most part, cigarettes, they poison our bodies. They destroy us, right? And to be without it obviously it's going to have more healthier effects on you. But you can also, it can also feel like a destruction. So maybe that was like the destruction and also the illusion of destruction that's tearing us down so much. You know what I mean? Just from him taking that and then pretending to smoke and then spitting it away. Now he's without it. So now what am I about to do? I'm about to get more violent. I'm about to destroy, right? Or it could also be a symbolization of just give and take,
destroy.
Just being a menace.
I want to tear apart these buildings from the cinder blocks they stand. Leave this town in dust and rubble, make some trouble with my hands. I won't lie, I'm fucking wasted, but I wasted all my youth, and I've stayed so damn complacent. Getting wasted is my truth. So my style of self-expression is a fist into the gut. It's throwing up upon these pavements. Shut your fucking mouth, you slut. Banished angel, I am Lucifer. Might reign like Genghis Khan. Soon you will all know my name. I am the storm after the calm. I'm the victim of the victim list, the pill that makes you sick. I am chaos incarnate. Let's fucking have it then, you prick!
This video work is crazy.
Now the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes. Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. And fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face. Now the rules of the street fight are simple. Break that little prick's nose.
There's no way that he is just talking about an actual street fight, right? There are some applications to what he is saying right here that actually just kind of applies to life, right? Now, obviously, he's telling it in the way of a street fight, but it ain't just about a street fight. And he run that back.
Now, the rules of the street fight are simple. It's pretty much anything goes.
The rules of living life, right? It's pretty much anything goes.
Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet.
Keeping the street pretty firm on your feet. It pays to be sweet on your toes. You know, keeping your direction. It pays to be sweet on your toes. It pays to make the right steps in life if you can. You know what I mean? And I like how he's kind of comparing it to a street fight because life is dirty. You know what I mean? And sometimes you'll find that the people that are at the top, you know what I mean? Like the 1%, 2 or 3%, whatever have you, generally, and I'm not saying this for everybody, but they probably had to get their feet dirty. You know, some like a street fight had to do a little unsavory things to kind of get up there. And the way to get up there, you have to be sweet on your toes. You got to make those right moves. You might be doing things a little bit dirty, but that's what it takes to kind of get up there, right?
On your toes, and fools they have fallen for clumsy mistakes. Late to react, cop the fist to the face.
Knocked
now
down.
The rules of the street fight are simple.
It's about life right here.
Break that little prick's nose. Throw a punch, you swallow it, follow it, grab the collar, quick hollow tip like karate, kick martial art master, spark a bitch, park a fist on the landing, straight carnage, it finds the cartilage, karma serve like a carbonated cola on the crucifix, kill. Vincent wanna kill, who blood gets spilled, move double that rude boy, kill or be killed. Do it for the fun, blood, do it for the thrill. Blue lights, boy, run, blue lights, boy, chill.
This video work is fantastic, Ren. Oh my goodness. The little first person. What? That's the illegal bit right there in life. Run away. Do what you need to do. It. You know, you achieved what, you know, you eliminated the threat. You eliminated the challenge. Got your hands dirty a little bit. Now you gotta stay on your feet.
Absence of the light, the devil sold a seed in our mind. Vincent was shaken, run from the law, hide from the bacon, crouch on the floor. The cook to torment him, hate the wolf spits on him, rapes him, hits him, kicks him when he's down, and that shapes him.
How you pick yourself up from the
He
falls.
hears the sound of a copper, hot up on his tail proper, Vincent off his rocker. Bothered by the lie the Britain sold him, what a shocker. Where greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But
See,
someone never
that just solidified it, right? I know most of you guys watching this probably already figured it out, but this is my first time seeing it. And, in reactions, I think it is proper, or at least what proper reaction should be, is for us to give our thoughts on what we are consuming, right? So we aren't just mindlessly going through it. And I love music. So this is kind of the perfect media for something for me to, for me to be in. But when the greedy eat the poor, right? So, he essentially is equating, things about life, both a reflection upon oneself and also kind of giving of a somewhat of a lesson of making it through life, and then what the benefits are if you can take those punches in a street fight and get back up.
Greedy eat the poor, a holy war, the chosen prosper. But some are never chosen, they stay frozen in the locker. Destined to survive in 9 to 5 and watch the clock, but don't think about reality, my little happy shopper. A brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the horror, and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow, and shadow ban the problem man, a soul for $1.
Oh my goodness, you spitting a brand new show on Netflix to distract you from the
show
honor.
On Netflix to distract you from the horror,
and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow, right? So if you watching something, it don't even just start with Netflix. It could be whatever's kind of trending. And sometimes, right, you need that distraction, right? You want to be part of that crowd, right? It makes you feel something, even if it's an illusion, but it just makes you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Wow, I want to be part of this. I want to contribute to this. And you get caught up in the hype. And like he said, your morals are gone. You know what I mean? Like you might be the person that says, oh, I'm a kind, loving soul, don't really hate nobody out here. I'll never want to destroy somebody's character or whatnot. And then turn around and maybe say something or retweet something in that moment that might destroy somebody's character. Pretty much go everything that you think that you said about, right? Again, self-portrait, right? If anything, you listening to this might even make you make some internal, decisions, or make you take a close look at how you live in your life.
Show on Netflix to distract you from the horror, and swallow all your morals for a retweet or a follow, and shadow ban the problem man, a soul for $1, and keep the fight amongst yourself.
That's another thing right there, right? Shadow ban. For those of you who don't know, a shadow ban is what some YouTubers would, it's been around, the term's been around for a while. I think it probably started during, social media era. Obviously, but a shadow ban is where there is a ban, but you don't really have much proof of it. You know what I mean? So shadow ban is another way in this case, shadow ban is another way for saying that you basically, it's just in a, what's the way to say? It's an illusion, if you will, right? You shadow ban the problem. Like you think you banned it, but you didn't really, right? When you get shadow banned, like some people say, oh, my videos aren't reaching a lot of people on YouTube, I must be shadow banned. You don't have any evidence of it, right? You just think it is because things are less performing, right? So you kind of flip that, and I shadow ban my problem. I think it's gone, but it really isn't. So again, the choice of words he's decided to use is amazing.
And keep the fight amongst yourself, don't think about the squalor. The systems don't impose it, or the rules that we all honor. And fuck it, Vincent cooked to boiling point, he's cannon fodder. So what's the use in running? He's already in the locker. He's careless with his actions now, a clumsy motherfucker. He turned to face his fate, cause fate's a bitch, and none will stop her. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3". Was his first day back at work after a time of absent leave. Working London on the night shift, what he didn't think he'd see was a boy with a guitar, bruised and battered on his knees. But Richard lived in caution now, tormented by his past. Not so quick to find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a...
Oh, okay. So first we had the street fight analogy, and now you're saying this guy is back from from being on a leave, and it looks like he might have went on leave for, a violent action. You can kind of equate that to maybe, because like I said, this is titled self-portrait, so you can't take these stories right here at just face value. It's fun to kind of think about kind of the double meaning behind it, and not necessarily a police star, right? A police guy. This is mostly just for, just so you can have a subject to focus on while he's telling the story. But what's the stuff that's underneath it? So not necessarily a policeman, first day back on a 9 to 5 after being expelled. Kind of think of that as maybe I've taken a fall, right, in life, and this is my first day back trying to get my life back on track, right? But I don't want to fall within the the pits that led me to where I was before. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious, but I still need to move on. Yeah.
To find a trigger, not so fast. But Richard was a righteous man who lived inside the law. So he leapt upon poor Vincent and he cuffed him to the floor.
Beating down on another person. You feel composition? Yeah, okay. Director Samuel B. Richard James, Bo, and Richard's Tale. So yeah, and then you kind of think about that as, you know, if I fall in life and I come back and now I have kind of like these new way of looking on life, sometimes it might make me resort to like judgment on how somebody else is living their life based off my experience. So I might think that I am righteous and I might do everything that is within my power that isn't illegal to push another man's down, even if they're already bruised and battered. Maybe. Okay. Well, anyways, I have talked enough. I would like to know what you guys' analysis is down in the comments, and I do read all of them, so make sure you let me know. Dave's out.